Rock City Network's Faster Louder coming to you from the One Movement Festival in Perth. We're here at the Parmelia Hilton, and joining me, very special guest, Seymour Stein, Vice President of Warner Brothers Records, co-founder and chairman of Sire Records. Seymour, thank you very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, let's get right into it. You were here last year at the One Movement Festival. You've come back again. What is the attraction to this festival? Why does it bring a person of your caliber here year after year?
There are many conferences that I go to, and they're all worthwhile. But this is the main one in the Southern Hemisphere, and I think that first of all makes it very, very special. I've been coming to Australia for many years. I mean, the first two Australian bands that I signed were Radio Birdman, Radio Birdman, and the thing is that there's great music here, but also it's a small market, and but you're so close to China, you're so close to India. And I honestly believe that that's where the future of recorded music is. You have 1 billion people, over 1 billion people in India, 1.5 billion people in China, and they're into music. I go to India at least twice a year, China at least once a year. I've just been in Beijing. They've got some great new bands and great clubs, and that market is going to, 2-3 years from now, it's going to be very important. India, you've got some of the best producers, songwriters, artists in the world, and they have to figure a way to open it up so that more of their music can get out to the rest of the world. And also that more artists can tour in India. Bryan Adams is huge there, and I think he spends a good deal of his touring time there. Shakira's done very, very well there, and a lot of artists. And I'm trying to get some of my artists there. Tegan and Sarah from Canada, two sisters. They're going to play some dates in India later this year.
Yes. Now that's it's interesting with India and China, as you said the other day in the keynote speech. You think you said that India and China will be the saviors of the music industry coming into the future.
Maybe not the saving of it. I mean, I think there'll always be recorded music. Music is not going to die. People. We can't live without it. I mean, it's been here since the dawn of time. It's not like movies or television or radio that kind of, just came into being. And music is a big driver of all of those things, too. But I think that some markets will never be the same. And, we have to just face it. Well, we also have to face the fact that this century belongs to India. The British ruled the 19th century, the Americans ruled in the 20th century, and I think that it's Asia's turn, and the two biggest countries are India and China. I think there's great music all over Asia. I've just been to Turkey, and also in Indonesia, Thailand, but I think we have to focus on the two biggest, India and China.
Mm-hmm. Now, from your perspective, can you relate the movement of the Indian and Chinese music scene to a past music movement you've seen in your career?
Well, in Beijing, there's this club, D22. You go in there, you blink twice, and you think you're back in CBGB's in the mid-'70s, and the bands are so good, and it's just it's incredible. It's definitely going to take off.
And India? How do you see India's
India,
movement?
you've got these great producers. Shankar Isan Loy is a trio of producers, and Vishal Shekhar, another. They make music for Bollywood. But beyond that, their great love is pop music, American, English, Western music. And given the chance, what they can come up with is an incredible blend of music, a whole new music. Look, I can remember as a kid when English music never sold in the United States. We had more hits coming in from Italy, France, and Germany, for example, than we ever had from the UK, because they were, before the Beatles, they spent all their time, for the most part, copying our music. In fact, the groundbreaker, Lonnie Donegan, what he was doing was a variation of a skiffle music, which all came from America to begin with, Rock Island Line and songs like that, and Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavor? But the Beatles changed all that, and nobody ever thought that music made in Britain would be that important. You just have to expect the unexpected and just don't fight it. Just join it. That's it.
With the US and European markets, is the writing on the wall? Are people starting to get scared because they can see this movement coming out of China and India as far as the music industry is concerned?
Scared? First of all, I don't think many people see it yet. They shouldn't be scared. They should embrace it.
Yeah.
Look what the Beatles did for pop music worldwide. Look at what Elvis Presley did. People were afraid of Elvis Presley. He was shaking his hips. He would only be seen on television from the waist up. People were afraid of rhythm and blues, which became rock and roll. They used to call it race music. I mean, people used to call country music hillbilly music. I mean, afraid, you should embrace it all. And, that's what I've always done.
Yeah. All right. On that note, Seymour, we won't take up too much more of your time. The next 3 years for music, where do you see it headed on a global scale?
Wherever it goes, I hope to be there and be just a little bit ahead of the pack. That's what we've done. I've just reactivated an old label of mine, Blue Horizon Records, which was originally a blues label in the UK. And this is for newer artists because a lot of newer artists, particularly in Europe and in the United States, somehow get missed by the larger labels, the majors, because they're cutting back a little on what they're signing. But our first signing, the Black Angels, they're from Austin, Texas. We put the record out, and it went right into the Billboard Top 50, at the top 200 album chart at number 50. It's doing very, very well. We've signed 2 bands from the UK, a young girl from Germany. She's actually half Swiss and half American, but she lives in Germany. I'm very excited about that. On Sire, there's a band from Joplin, Missouri, Never Shout Never, and very excited about that.
Well, it seems like the future's exciting for everybody, and I think One Movement really does show it. It's such a community. Over this last 3 days, everyone's very approachable, and information is freely given out. It's such a great thing to be a part of, and thank you so much for giving us your time, Seymour. It's an absolute pleasure. And
pleasure.
And good luck for all your projects in the future, and hopefully.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we can speak to you again soon.
I hope so. Thanks.
Seymour Stein here. It's Rock City Network's Faster Louder at the One Movement Festival 2010.